Basically, I'm just gonna show y'all how I'm gonna make my first $100,000 trading. Little Starbucks out here, working on my little walk for y'all. 70 times 1500 is 105,000. I'm sorry, y'all can't even see it. 105,000. You gotta start. You feel me? You gotta start in anything you do. If you've been thinking about trading, first off, you gotta start. If you start, it can lead to something great. You're gonna never know until you start though. Success. Hours that no one see until it's finished. And to have that, you gotta be determined. It shows you how over time, hard work and everything does pay off. What's good, YouTube? So today, man, I'm gonna be going over how I'm gonna make my first 100,000 trading. Right now, you feel me? I'm just doing a little work right now. Got my little Starbucks out here, working on my little walk for y'all, and we're gonna go in detail with that. Y'all gonna probably see me back at the crib when I go over the charts and everything. Talk to y'all through the process of how I'm gonna make that. And right now, you feel me? I'm just trying to get a little work done. Enjoying the weather out here. It's feeling good. Day great. Had a lot of hits, cuts. More about to be Easter, but I'm gonna try to get this out to y'all as soon as possible. And if you have been thinking about joining a community too, I'm gonna be having a Sunday meeting for the new users. Basically, we're gonna go in detail, going over trading view, charts, Fibonacci, fair value gaps, candlestick, so like all of that stuff. So if y'all want to tap in with that, make sure y'all go ahead and go below in the description. That way you can get access to a community of like-minded individuals. We're gonna go ahead and get to it and get you to work so we can get you to a profitable standpoint, or even learn about trading and how to make money with trading. But I'm gonna catch y'all when we get back to the crib. So welcome back. So now we're gonna go ahead and get in the charts, basically telling y'all how I'm gonna achieve all of this. Like, this is, you feel me, this is something big that everybody wants to achieve, and this is something that we would be able to make happen within a year. And if I follow these steps right here, everything will go through smoothly, and I will be able to make my first 100K trading. And this is going to be a huge milestone, and everybody in the community will be able to witness this. Everybody in the community will also be able to level up too and get to that 100K, if not even more, in profit each year. But that's our goal right now. I'm gonna walk y'all through the charts, basically telling you how this is going to be possible. I'm not saying 100K in one trade, but I'm saying, you feel me, over the next year, and also later on in the future, we will be able to hit this in one trade. Hopefully we get there. That would be something crazy. Can't even wrap my head around that, but that's something we're gonna get to. And when I come back and watch this, you feel me, some years later, or y'all come back and watch this some years later, you're like, oh yeah, he said that before. And look, right now we just manifesting it. But look, we're gonna go ahead and get in these charts. Alright, boom. So right now we do got the charts, and this same trade is gonna be the same way I make my first $100,000. And there's no fluff, no bluff, none of that at all. And it's really exciting, you feel me, when I think about it and everything, because when you really break this down, it shows you how over time, hard work and everything does pay off. And I'm just proud of myself. I'm proud of the people in the community that is, you feel me, working hard. And we're just trying to get after it every day. But look, we're gonna go ahead and walk y'all through this. So this right here is a trade that I took last week. Since this was last week trade, I'm gonna go ahead and get everything I would have up on a normal trading day. So of course, I actually have implemented this not too long ago. I use VWAP a lot. I love VWAP. I use my fair value gap. Love my fair value gaps. Also, you do use the EMA. It's just something that is kind of on the screen. I really don't pay too much attention to it, but sometimes it is important for me. But we're just gonna take that off. We're gonna keep it simple for y'all. So we got fair value gaps and the VWAP. Two of the main things right there, you feel me? And with this, I have been working on this strategy for a while now. I have been starting to take trades with this, and I have seen plenty of success. So I think this is going to be my new way that I trade. It does still use Fibonacci. It still does use fair value gaps. The only thing new is going to be trend lines, and it's also going to be the VWAP. That's what's new for y'all. So look, we're going to go ahead and get into this so I can show y'all basically what I was going through while looking at this trade. How I was thinking about this trade before it even came up, I guess you could say in better words. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and put this in replay. Alright, boom. As y'all can see, the day before, this is when Trump said basically he was going to give a 90-day pause on the tariffs. So we had this huge rally in the market. Coming from that huge rally, you can see right here we had a little gap down at 6 o'clock p.m. And at 6 o'clock, coming into the market, I already had thought about a short because, I mean, yes, it's a 90-day pause on tariffs, but you know, we still could have bad news that come out. Since Trump in the market, you know, it's very volatile. He speak way more than, you feel me, an average president would speak on a daily basis about, you know, tariffs, anything economics, dealing with all of that. Not gonna get into that for y'all, but so I was looking at short here, and this just played out perfect because once you see this, you'll understand what I was going through while looking at this trade. So as you can see, we have a trend line right now. I'm gonna actually delete this. There's no point in deleting it because y'all gonna see it anyway. I'm just gonna redraw it. Boom, boom. So we got this trend line right here. With this trend line, of course, you can see we tapped at one time. We have a tap right here, another tap, almost broke out, but it's respecting the trend line very well. And if we let this play out some, let's see. The only thing I'm looking for right now will be a retest on the VWAP. I want to retest on the trend line, and I want to get my entry somewhere within the Fibonacci. And looking at that, of course, the only thing I did was drag my Fibonacci tool from the low point to the high point. A lot of y'all may ask, if you draw your fields, may be a little bit different than mine. That's because I have mine on reverse. So on reverse, it's going to be a little bit more different from for you. I had a lot of community members one time before. I was like, why your fib look different from mine? But that's why I got mine on reverse. And I always had it like that since I started, and this worked for me, and I love it. So, but still letting this play out some. As y'all know, if we get a newer low, we just drag our Fibonacci tool down some. Dang, that jam went fast. That jam went a little too fast. Alright, so coming up here, as y'all can see, what I'm looking for right here, like I said before, I want to test on a VWAP, low test on the trend line, and I want it to be within my Fibonacci tools. So right here is going to be your golden zone within Fibonacci. So it's going to be your 618.5. Some people do the 382. Some people do the 786. But I like to keep mine within the 0.5 to 0.618. And with that, I just feel like those are the strongest points for a reversal. And since I want a reversal right here, I do have my trend line. I also do have my VWAP. Also, I do have my stop loss above that. So if it does break the VWAP plus the trend line plus the 618 level, basically this trade would be invalidated at that point. And you feel me? Good thought behind the trade, but it just didn't work out. But we're going to see how this played out for me. I'm going to actually go slow. So you can see, test on the VWAP, test on the trend line. Near my 0.618. It's in the golden zone of the Fibonacci, which I have my entry at. And keep on letting this play out. This trade was just a banger. It could have been the biggest trade of my life, but I already have my take profit set. So got into on this trade at, what time is that? 9:02 p.m. So since I got entered in, all of this price action over here, I'm gonna be asleep. Like this is 10:18. Over here it's gonna be 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm asleep. So we're letting our money work for us. That's the main thing when you're trying to be an investor. You feel me? You just let your money work for you. Basically, you get the benefits that play out from that. So you can see, like I said before, we'll sleep during this time, and we still getting a great push down. And I mean, there's nothing really else to say right here. I did have my take profit down here at this level. I see this little demand zone right here. If I move it up to the bigger time frame, you can see a little bit more well. And this trade did take some time to play out. It took some time. So with this, I woke up in the morning, woke up in the profit. So for the rest of the day, I didn't even trade. Ain't no point at that time. Anytime you trade, just make sure you secure them profits, because like anything, it can reverse on you, and you don't want to be stopped out for a loss when the trade was once profitable. That's just me personally. I know some people are a little bit different. They don't care if it do hit their stop loss, but if I got profit, give me my profit. I can just re-enter and risk the same amount. You feel me? So I'm gonna speed this up a little bit for y'all, because this is dragging. So we do have another retest on the VWAP. As you can see, it did respect it, and it did push down to our take profit level right there. And the rest of the day was history. I think after this day, I think they said like 1 trillion was wiped from the stock market after all of this. 10x this. This drink is taking a break. I thought that junk was gonna go a lot quicker. Get a flush sometime soon. There we go. Alright, look at that flush. If I would have cut this trade all the way down here, that would have been a huge profit. But I'm happy with the profit that we was able to take in, because not every day that I make $2,000. So getting a $2,000 profit for the day is extremely good for me. Any profit is good, but especially with 2,000 and using, great risk management behind this trade, I could lose a few more trades before I can't even break even for the week after this huge trade. And with this trade, this was around a 7-1. So in easy terms, if I risked $100 on this trade, if I risked $100, it would be $700 in total. And with this trade, I think I end up risking around $300 if I'm not mistaken. And with that $300, you feel me, that turns in $2,600. So we was able to end that day profitable. I'm gonna walk y'all through a little bit more of these. I just want y'all to get the main point behind all of this, is how this strategy is gonna make me $100,000 within a year. And basically from there, I mean, it's only up from here, man. And same thing with this trade here. You see we got to push up. So, of course, put my Fibonacci tool from the high point to the low point. The only thing I wanted here is a entry on the 382, since we would be retesting that trend line at the time. And if I did have on my EMA, we'll be right under it. So basically we'll be coming back down to retest the EMA too. So drag that fib tool up a little bit more. Like I said, entry 382. I want to push up from there. Now if I put this on a 5-minute, you'll see we got this huge counter right here. Within 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes we had our take profit on this trade. Let me go back to the 1 minute. Let's just play out some. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of replays. But as you can see, this has been working for me day in and day out. And last week I didn't even really trade. I think last week I ended up taking 2 trades. We ended up being around break even last week. But one of the things that y'all gotta understand coming in as new traders or experienced traders, every week in the market is not going to be your week in the market. So me, I trade better when it's more trending market. So if we having huge push ups or huge push downs, I don't really trade well in consolidation. Last week it was more consolidation than anything. Plus we did have a short week for Good Friday, and that was 4 trading days right there. And within those 4 trading days, it was more consolidation than everything. So I went ahead and told myself and told my community that I'm not gonna sit here and try to force a trade. And since I didn't force no trades, we did, like I said, end out around break even last week. And that's one of the things that will help you keep your account, because the easiest way to blow your account is if your strategy is trading in a trending market and you're sitting here trying to trade in consolidation. That's a very easy way. So you have not following the market direction and also your risk management. If you have poor risk management, it's going to be super hard for you to be able to be a profitable trader to make your first 100,000 or anything like that, because let's say one day you're risking 500, one day you're risking 700, let's say the next day you risk 1,000. So like with that, your risk to reward is a little bit, you just got it everywhere. So just having that set risk to reward ratio, unless you do have a runner, of course. If you only want to risk 250 for a day, only risk 250. If you want to only risk 500, only risk 500. And keep on doing that same thing until you can build your account up to actually scale up to risk 300 now, or risk 500 now, or risk 700 now. Because if you trading and you keep on hitting L's, let's say you have 5 L's, most prop firm accounts, you're gonna blow your account. Some personal accounts, if you don't got that much liquidity in your account, boom, it's gone. So with that being said, just make sure y'all follow y'all's risk management, and make sure you can pay attention to the market to know, okay, is this my trading style? Are we uptrending? If you feel me, go ahead, do your thing, make your profits. If you consolidating, which at least for me, if you consolidating, alright, this not my type of market, I'm gonna go ahead and sit out on this one. And you gotta have that discipline to come in every single day, know how the market moving, know your targets, and follow your strategy, and keep a good risk to reward ratio. And if you can do that, you're gonna be a successful trader easily, and that's how you're gonna make your first $100,000. And making your first $100,000, only thing you gotta do is break down. Let's say if you use a 3-to-1 ratio, for example, that's what I trade normally, unless I do have a runner. So with that, with a 3-to-1 ratio, let's say you risk $500. You risk $500 to make what? $1,500. So let's do the math real quick. I got y'all. Y'all don't even got to do it yourself. You don't even got to do it yourself. So let's say 500. Can y'all see this? I can see it a little bit. So let's say 500 times 3. So that'll be $1,500 you're making a profit. So let's do 1,500 times, let's say, if you only did this for 200 days, that's $300,000. See, that's a little crazy right there. It's more than 200 trading days it's more than 200 days in a year trading. Let's see how many days it is in a year trading. So there's 251 days. I'm trying to help y'all see. It's 251 days with trading. So let's say you have a 50% win rate, 50% win rate for the whole year. So 50% win rate, let's do 251 divided by 2. So 125 days basically. So 125 days times 1,500. That's $180,000. That's $187,000 right here, as you can see. $187,000. Let's say you only win 100 days out your trading year. 100 times 1,500. That's 150,000. Let's say let's do 80. 80 times 1,500. 120,000. Let's go even lower. 70 times 1,500. 70 times 1,500 is 105,000. I'm sorry, y'all can't even see it. 105,000. So here we go right here, look, y'all. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT said you only need 67 days if you trade one time a day. You need 67 days of making $1,500 to make $100,000. 67 days out of 251 trading days. Let me do a little bit more math for y'all. Let's see. So with that, y'all, I just did a little research. A little ChatGPT be coming in the building. But with ChatGPT, did the math and everything on there. It told me you need 67 winning days of $1,500 with taking one trade a day. Your win rate will be 37%, and you will make $100,000. Let's set the phone down on that one. $100,000 off of winning 67 trades with a risk to reward ratio to a 3-to-1, risking $500, profit $1,500. That's your $100,000. And with this strategy that I've been using, same trade that I showed y'all earlier, same exact trade. You telling me out a year I can find 67 trades like this to make $100,000? 67 trades just like this. If I traded every trading day with a win rate of 37%, I can make my first $100,000 by trading this right here. Hey, look, I appreciate y'all tuning into this video. Thank y'all for being a part of the journey, because in a few years, like I said before, I will want to come back to this video and say, okay, I said it once before, I done manifested it into my life, and this is how I was able to make my first $100,000. The same thing for y'all. Y'all traders out there watching this video or anything, you're going to make your first $100,000 trading. You're going to make your first $1 million trading. We aiming for the sky, baby. We shoot for the stars. Directly for the stars, and we not going to miss. Because success is built on consistency. Come on now. Come on now, y'all. And look back here real quick. I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to actually get off of this. What are you talking about? So like over here, y'all, we got focus, right? First off, you got to focus. When it comes to trading, you got to focus. Focus. Distractions keep you from elevating. Okay? We have a dream. The journey is to start to something greater. You got to start. You feel me? You got to start in anything you do. If you've been thinking about trading, first off, you got to start. If you start, it can lead to something greater. You're going to never know until you start, though. Then we have success. One of the biggest ones. Hours that no one ever see until it's finished. Success. Hours that no one see until it's finished. And to have that, you got to be determined. Hope y'all got, you feel me? I hope y'all got some knowledge behind this. And if y'all do want a little bit more breakdowns of, you know, my trading, how I trade and everything, just put that in the comments below. Even if it's one person, I'm going to still, you feel me, reach back out to you. I'm going to put a video out going over each trade that I done took so far this year. Let me show y'all this real quick. Well, not this year, but for the past 3 weeks, I done been putting these little win rates. You feel me? So I can keep track of everything. But if y'all want me to go over all of these, I can definitely do that for you. And just so y'all can see, you feel me, how I trade, how I'm going to make my first $100,000 trading. And if you wanted to follow this or even join a community with like-minded individuals, you can go below to the description. I do have my Discord access right there. If you did want to be a part of the community, we would love to have you. Like-minded individuals, everybody want one thing. Everybody want to be a great trader, a great entrepreneur, and to be able to live the life that they always wanted to live and not be so attached to having to go to work every day, or you have to work a 9 to 5 to make ends meet. Even if you do work a 9 to 5, that is cool. I still work a 9 to 5 to myself, and I just use trading as another tool to make me have more money at the end of the day, and to be able to teach other people how I'll make more money outside of my 9 to 5. Because after you build up enough capital, if you did want to, you could leave your 9 to 5. If you did want to go full-time with trading, give you the possibility to go in different business ventures and all of that. But if you do want to stay at your 9 to 5 and be a part of the community, you don't want to be a part of your 9 to 5, you want to be a part of the community, college student, high school student, anything. But appreciate y'all again for coming and tuning into the video. If you like the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to your boy, and we're gonna keep on putting out content for y'all. Thank y'all for following me during this journey. Y'all gonna see me soon. Love y'all. Keep on grinding. Keep on doing what you gotta do to be successful. Love y'all. We out.